Hi dear students. So today I'll be starting a new lesson in physics, that is light, reflection and refraction. So let us see what is light. Okay. Light is a form of energy that enables us to see the things around us. So without light we cannot see any things or objects. So with the help of light we can see the things and objects. So we can define light as light is a form of energy that enables us to see the things around us. Okay, so how actually you will see the object. So when light falls on an object, the object reflects the light. So these reflected rays of light, when enters through our eyes, then we can see the object. Okay, so what is light? Light is a form of energy that enables us to see the things around us. With the help of reflection we can see the objects. Okay, let us study few properties of light. Okay, in the first one, that is light is an electromagnetic wave, so does not require any medium to travel. So wave means, wave means like oscillation. Okay, so light is an electromagnetic wave means, so it is an oscillating wave, consists of both electric and magnetic field. Okay, and they are saying here it does not require any medium for travel. Okay, so sound requires material medium for its propagation. So in the sense, sound requires either sound will travel with liquid, gas or solid. So without these three mediums, sound will not travel in vacuum. But whereas light, it is an electromagnetic wave, it can travel through vacuum. That means vacuum is a free space where there are no particles are available. So that is why light is an electromagnetic wave and it does not require any medium for its propagation. Okay, so first one you have understood, that is light is an electromagnetic wave, it does not require any medium for its propagation. So the second point says light tends to travel in straight line. So you all know that light always travels in straight line. So if light is traveling in a straight line with an arrow, we call it as ray of light. If there are such number of light rays, okay, that we call it as beam of light. Okay, so now understood, that is light tends to travel in straight line. If a straight line with an arrow, we call it as a ray of light, and if there are such number of lines, we call it as beam of light. Okay, so let us move on to the third point, that is light has dual nature. That is, it behaves as a wave. As I said in the first point, it behaves as an electromagnetic wave. That is, it consists of an oscillating electric and magnetic field, as well as a particle. So particle in the sense, light consists of tiny energy packets, we call it as photons. So that is why light has a dual nature. It behaves as particle as well as wave. So it behaves as an electromagnetic wave and as well as particle in the sense, it consists of a tiny what energy packets, so we call it as photons. So light has a dual nature, it behaves as a wave as well as a particle. So the next point is light casts shadow. So when light falls on an object, okay, so behind the object, that means the object is blocking the light. When it blocks the light, so it creates shadow. So light casts shadow. So next point is, that is speed of light is maximum in vacuum. Light travels with a speed of 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So light travels with a speed of 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. We represent it by letter C. So C is the letter to represent speed of light in vacuum, or we can call it as free space. Okay, so when light falls on a surface, what are the things going to happen? Okay, when light falls on the surface, light may undergo reflection, light may undergo refraction, or light may undergo absorption. So these are all the three things light may undergo. So let us study first one, that is what is reflection. Okay, so reflection is nothing but the bouncing back of a ray of light when light strikes a medium where it cannot pass through or where it cannot penetrate through. So that we call it as reflection. So let us see what they have given here. So the bouncing back of a light when it strikes on a polished surface like a mirror. So this is what we call it as reflection. In other words, we can say the bouncing back of a ray of a light when it strikes a medium where it cannot pass through, or in simple, bouncing back of a light when it strikes on a polished surface like a mirror. So this is what we call it as reflection. So there are two laws of reflection. So let's see what are those. In first law says the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So before going to the laws, let us take a plane mirror. So this is a plane mirror, you can see. So this is an a ray is incidenting on the plane mirror, and this is the reflected ray. So this is the normal line, you can see from the figure, this is the normal line. So when light ray incident, so what happens, it makes an angle with respect to the normal. So when it reflects, again it makes an angle with respect to the normal. This angle is the angle of reflection, so this angle is the angle of incidence. Okay, so angle of incidence is represented by letter I, angle of reflection is represented by letter R. You know, if the incident ray makes an angle with respect to normal, we call that angle as angle of incidence, and if the reflected ray makes an angle with respect to normal, we call it as angle of reflection. Clear? Okay. Now the law says, okay, first law says that the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. That means at what angle the angle made with respect to the normal with respect to the incident ray is always equal to the angle of reflection, that is angle made by the normal with respect to the reflected ray. So this is the first law, and the second law says that the incident ray, so this is the incident ray, you can see in the figure. See, so this is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray and this is the normal. So normal drawn at the point of incidence. So the second law says that the incident ray, reflected ray and normal at the point of incidence here. Okay, here exactly at this point. So the incident ray, reflected ray and normal drawn at the point of incidence all lie on the same plane. So this is the second law of reflection. So reflection means bouncing back of a ray of a light when it strikes on a polished surface like a mirror. So laws of reflection, in that first law is the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. The second law says the incident ray, reflected ray and normal at the point of incidence all lie on the same plane. So this is about reflection. So let us go further. Next we will understand about image. So before understanding about image, what is an object? So an object is something that you can touch, you can see and you can feel, we call it as an object. So what is an image? So image is nothing but it is a point where at least two rays actually meet or appear to meet. When the two rays actually meet at a point, we call that kind of image as real image. When the two rays appear to meet, we call it as virtual image. So let us see the difference between real image and virtual image. So what is an image? An image is a point where at least two rays actually meet. Okay, whether it may be after reflection or after refraction. Okay, so what is real image, what is virtual image? Let us know the difference between real image and virtual image. So in real image, okay, it is formed when light rays actually meet. So it is formed when light rays actually meet, whereas virtual it is formed when light rays appear to meet. So just I read in the image. So in real image, it is formed when light rays actually meet after reflection, whereas virtual image formed when light rays appear to meet after reflection or refraction. Okay, so in real image can be obtained on screen, whereas virtual image cannot be obtained on screen. For example, okay, like a real image you can obtain on screen. If you go to cinema hall, whatever the pictures you see on the screen, cinema screen, so that is real image. I'll give one example for virtual image. Virtual image is like if you are standing in front of a plain mirror, you will see your image inside the mirror. So this is an example for virtual image. Okay, so real image is always inverted in the sense, if see, this is an object. If this is an object, so after reflection or refraction, if the object image is like this, so this kind of image we call it as inverted. Whereas virtual image, it is always erect. So this is erect, this is inverted. So understood this? If the object is upright, we call it as erect. If the same object is down, upside down, we call it as inverted. So object is always erect. Okay, only images you will get either inverted or erect. So remember, real image is always inverted and virtual image is always erect. Okay, at any like you can take any cases. Okay, real image is always inverted, whereas virtual image is always erect. Okay, example for real, image formed on the cinema screen, and example for virtual is image formed by the plane mirror or convex mirror. So why they are saying plane mirror or convex mirror here? Because in the case of plane mirror or in the case of convex mirror, the image formed will be always virtual erect. Okay, remember this. So while I'll explain about image formation through mirrors, so I'll explain about convex mirror, then you will understand. So next concept is image formed by plane mirror. So this is a plane mirror, you can see here, this is the plane mirror. So this is the object, so AB is the object here, and the distance from the plane mirror to the object, we call it as object distance, that is represented by U. Okay, so this is the polished surface, the other end is the polished surface. Let's see what will happen. So as the object is placed here, so one light ray we have taken like this, one more light ray we have taken like this. So after falling on the mirror, so as it is going normally, the light ray is going normally, so what happens, it will reflect back in the same path, because angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. So one more ray they are taking obliquely, that is so here also you can see it is breaking normally, that is angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. So always, if you take any polished surface, it always holds laws of reflection. So one ray is going like this, one ray is coming back like this. So these two rays are not meeting anywhere. So what we have to do is, we have to draw these two rays backwards. So when we draw these two rays backwards, they will meet at this point. So this is the point where the image is formed. So you can see the image, that is A dash B dash, so it is always erect. So in the case of plane mirror, the image formed is always erect. Since the rays are appearing to meet, it is always virtual. So remember, the virtual image is always erect. So in this case, the I will take object height as h, I will take image height as h prime. Okay, so or h dash. So you can see in the both the cases, object AB and image A dash B dash, the height of the object AB is always same as height of the object image, that is A dash B dash. And you can see the object distance U and the image distance V are also same. So let us see the characteristics of the image. So I already said it always gives virtual and erect image, and size of the image is equal to size of the object. I said h is equal to h